So here we are at another tasting table, and this time we have Tatsiana. Is that how you say that?
Hi,
right?
yes, Tatsiana.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Okay, great. And when was the first time you tasted mango?
Okay, I moved to Florida in 2016, and this is the first year I was trying to really get serious into mangoes because I was looking for a good supplier for my fruits, because my main fruits is my main like a part of my diet. And I found Chris Farm, and 2016 was the year. Probably that year I tried alone like 40 varieties, I would say. The first year.
So 40 varieties the very first year that you had mangoes. So
Yes.
that's something, because a lot of people have been eating mangoes for a lot longer than you have, and only have tasted a few varieties. So that's quite an accomplishment. 40 in 1 year.
Yeah, and I was trying to write down the names so it's easier for me next time. I know what I like, because I was buying a good amount of them, like maybe like 30, 40 pieces. So next time I knew which variety I like, and I bought more of that variety. And I was writing names and flavor profile, and like maybe juicy, not juicy, firm, semi-firm. And
So you saw our video with Pat, who had her rating sheet on that.
Yes.
And then you said to me, like, I've got that too. I've taken notes, and so since 2016, you've taken notes on each variety.
yeah,
right?
but I have a smaller book, so it's portable. It's like this, so sometimes I carry it with me, so it's easier to like refresh my memory. So that's how it looks. You see all the names here, and the taste profile.
I'm going to probably fall backwards on this, but let me. Whoops.
Yeah, you can start from here.
Okay. Yeah. So that's page 1.
Yeah.
So very. And so you have how many total varieties?
104.
104.
Yeah.
So, and the last one on the list is Phoenix.
Phoenix, yeah, and the Seacrest was one of the newest at the Chris Farm.
So that's wonderful. And I'm noting that your penmanship is really good too. So it's easy to read, and up to 104 varieties. I think you've tasted more varieties than I have.
So some of them maybe it was a couple pieces. Some of them I didn't like, maybe because it was a wrong piece, maybe it was not ripe enough. So I don't want to give it up. Maybe it's gonna be good next time. But yeah, I have my favorites definitely, and every year they're like consistently like taste amazing.
Oh, I see the little hearts around the
it's like-
different numbers,
yeah.
and so that's a quick way to know what your favorites are, right?
Yeah.
So you have lemon meringue, cherry, sweet tart.
I like Jakarta a lot.
I didn't get a heart though.
Yeah, but because I had so many, I had to like.
You had to draw the line
Yeah.
somewhere, but yeah, Jakarta is a very nice mango.
Yeah. I appreciate sweetness of mangoes, but I like mangoes not to be just like simply sweet. I like them with a kind of attitude, with some like a twist, maybe some kind of tartness or a spice. Like Jakarta, it has this kind of interesting profile. Or Gary, I like it a lot. It's so like small mango, but it's surprisingly so flavorful with the coconut tint, pineapple tint. It's amazing.
It's the Gary mango. Yeah,
I love it.
it is very sweet, and it's one of those that sometimes people are looking for a certain size mango, and since it's a small mango, they just go right past it. But it's a great snack, just one mango is like, oh, wow, you're satisfied as far as your taste and stuff for a little while. It's a very very nice tasting mango.
Yeah, I like smaller fruits, smaller size of mangoes, because it's like you can taste more of them instead of eating two big ones. Like Ryan, even though I love Ryan, but you may eat like 6 Garys, like 8 Garys, or like
Right.
more
Yeah.
lemon meringues because they're so tiny. And just,
So yeah, you can for Ryan. I mean, that's your entire meal, or maybe even more than a meal. And but if you had, lemon meringue and Gary, and you could have a lot of different
Yes.
mangoes for a meal.
exactly.
So, are you ready to start tasting?
Oh, I am so ready.
So I did bring some little paper towels here, but I have some interesting fruit today. This one, of course, you know already.
It's lemon meringue.
It's lemon meringue. It's a little bit different
yeah.
shape. Usually they're more
narrow.
long and narrow, but this is definitely lemon meringue. So we'll start off with something very familiar. So that's one with a heart on your list.
Yes. And this is actually the first one on my list. Yeah, it's number one.
Is that because you tasted it first, or is that you tasted a bunch and you're like, okay, the first one
Yes.
I'm going to talk about is
That's
lemon?
probably, yeah.
Okay.
It just, I think there is no way somebody can not like this variety. It's so amazing. It's sweet. Let me try it first.
This one, this is fully ripe, and a lot of times people eat a little bit before this. Some people eat it after this. Like it's a different fruit depending on what level of ripeness you get it.
I loved it. It has its sweetness, but it's more on the tart side. Definitely like a lemony flavor, like very bright lemony taste. What I like also that there is no any bitterness into it. Even next to the skin, it tastes lemony still, but no bitter at all. I love it. That's great.
So here's the second one. Here, you just throw it in the. We're ground composters, and plus the dogs clean up everything. Okay, so this one is probably on your list. Let me see.
What's that?
Yeah, it is. But I'm just gonna not tell you what it is right now.
Okay.
I'll just say that you have tasted it before.
It's definitely firmer than lemon meringue. It's not too sweet. A little bit like maybe more like a citrusy flavor too. I like it.
Now, to me, it has a very, very rich, flavor. It's bold. It's not like, sitting in the corner with a little subtle flavor. It's just full of all sorts of
I taste
strong
even
flavors.
a hint of orange. I don't know. It just
Yeah.
so like citrusy.
Sometimes I taste like a peach flavor too, but it's not the whole peach flavor. All the flavors in peach. It's just a certain one that's really powerful.
Yeah. It tastes good by the skin too. It's not bitter.
So
Oh, it's that.
yeah. So Dot didn't
Yeah.
get a heart, but this year.
But it's plus next to it. So
Oh, okay, so
it's good.
it's in the plus category is also Bombay, so it's in good company, right? Yeah, this we've had a great Dot season this year. I don't know if you've tasted them this year or not.
Yeah, I
and,
had a couple, but
but-
I'm focusing on something.
Right, I know you've got your preferences. So here's
It looks like maybe either pineapple pleasure or coconut cream. I think pineapple.
yeah, you got it. This is one of the few fruits that we have this year.
Which one is that though?
It is pineapple pleasure.
I never tried. I bought it yesterday,
Uh-huh.
but I never tried for sure. So
Yeah,
I
we're
was
just-
like, oh my god.
We just had a couple of fruit, and this one happened to be ready today. I'm like, this is the perfect.
Oh my god, guys. It smells amazing. Definitely pineapple flavor.
Yeah, there's a tartness right in the beginning of the flavor.
Yeah. It's amazing. It's like you're eating pineapple with a mango texture. It's so like silky and so like a little bit tart like pineapple. Very flavorful.
There's a type of like acid or something in pineapple, the fruit, that this doesn't seem to have. I mean, it has I think a little bit smoother flavor than pineapple. And certainly the texture, I mean, is a lot more enjoyable for me anyway.
Oh yeah.
Than the actual pineapple.
Yeah. I usually juice pineapple. I don't like to eat just like this. Yeah, so it's great.
There seems to be another flavor in there too. I'm trying to put my finger on it. Yeah.
I love this one.
Near the skin is excellent too. Are you getting some of those flavors?
The previous one, Kag, was still a bit bitter next to the skin. This one is not. Yep. That's nice.
I think there's less pineapple flavor next to the skin, but it's really nice flavor. So you have, of course, when you taste a mango, the different parts of the mango have different flavors, and most of the flavor is near the skin and near the top of the mango. But you can have different flavors closer to the seed than closer to the skin, and all sorts of things. But yeah, it's good to eat a slice of, when you have the chance, eat a longitudinal slice of a mango, because you get the full flavors of it that way.
Yeah, this is, I think it's perfect ripeness, and maybe when it's a little bit less ripe, it would be more tart. But I like this.
Yeah.
This level of ripeness. All of them actually. This is nice to my taste.
I think that near the skin, at least on this piece, it has more of an orange flavor than the inside of the regular flesh.
Yeah, maybe.
So how do you rate this one? How is it going to go into your notebook?
Oh, for sure, I'm gonna write whatever I said, like a pineapple. It's when it says pineapple pleasure, it's for the reason. It's pineapple. Smooth, juicy. Yeah, pineapple flavor. I would say excellent. I would rate it excellent mango.
So do you have other varieties that you've heard of that you want to taste? Or do you just add to your notebook whenever you come across something new? I mean, do you go out in search of the new varieties when you hear about them?
Like Saint Maui. It's
St. Maui.
ST, I don't know.
I don't.
3 pluses. It's like, wow. It's delicious, very juicy, something bright orange.
So where did you get that fruit? Because I know that Scott, who volunteers here, has an St. Maui tree, and he has never had the fruit.
In West Palm Farm.
Oh, West Palm?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's... we would have hope of having it fruit here.
And white piri.
Yeah, that one I've top worked on a tree, so I'm glad it has a heart. It was a variety that I came across in a tree, and I...
Super Julie.
Super Julie. Got that one going too.
Yeah, Angie, of course I love Angie. You have it. Yeah. Pina Colada. It's beautiful mango. It's small. What else?
So
Valkyrie. You don't have it that often.
No, I have a fairly small tree, and
I like it more than Kerry, I would say.
Yeah, it's one I don't like.
Oh, yeah?
And so I didn't plant it for a long time, but, everybody tastes things differently, and there are many people, that came to me and said, that's my favorite variety. So, of course, I planted it, but it's just one tree. And so we had more fruit last year than we did this year, actually. Have you tasted Zill Chinese? Oh yeah, there you go. Good taste.
Yeah, good taste. First, I was not sure if it's Zill Indo-Chinese and Zill is the same, but
it's not. Those are
not.
two different ones. Yeah.
So now I know, but it's a good taste. Okay. Some varieties I didn't mark, like how would they taste. It just maybe it was like nothing special or just classic flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I like Cox.
Coxall, yeah.
Yeah, it's, I like the texture of it. It's so silky.
Yes, completely fiberless.
Yeah,
and
so I enjoy eating it.
Yeah. Okay, well that's great. I mean, this is wonderful. You have so many details here on certain varieties and such, and sometimes little sad faces too.
It's like, wow, for example, like something with such a high fiber content. Oh my God, maybe some people like it, but not me.
I see about 4 little frowns on next to different varieties, so that's an easy way.
But still, maybe it was a wrong piece of fruit. Maybe it was a wrong level of ripeness for me. Maybe it was, I don't know. But
yeah. So anyway, let's do a little summary of the varieties that we tasted today. First tasted your favorite, Lemon Meringue.
yes.
And that, you can't say no to Lemon Meringue, right?
Not real. I was buying certain varieties. I was sharing with employees at my work, and they loved it. It just, it's, you cannot go wrong with Lemon Meringue.
Unless you're looking for, a different kind of mango. Sometimes people are looking for firm mango for jellies or preserves, and or cooking. There's so many uses for it, and lemon meringue is really good when eaten fresh. But I find that when you freeze it, it loses a lot of its flavors, and so yeah, it's a really great mango to eat fresh, I think. Okay, number 2 was Dot, and Dot was good but not great as far as you're concerned. It's just
Yeah, it was okay. It's all right.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. So that means you gotta try everything, because you can't know if you're gonna like something just because somebody else does. You have to taste it for yourself.
Yes.
And then we had, for the first time, Pineapple Pleasure.
Yeah.
And that was that one didn't disappoint me.
Yeah, I love fruits to have a flavor of other fruits, because it's basically like you're eating 2 fruits in one. So here is the mango and pineapple. It's just amazing.
Yeah, and it's a big fruit too, so you can either get really full on it, or share with friends, or whatever. But some people like big mangoes because there's less preparation if you're going to serve it. You only have one fruit to peel and cut up and whatever, and it's certainly a very impressive fruit. This is actually by far the smallest of the Pineapple Pleasures that we got. The one you bought yesterday was much bigger, right?
Yes. And people were kind of concerned. Nobody was wanted to buy it. And then I didn't know what was that, but I read something, but I was not sure if it's pineapple. So, but I asked your daughter, and she said, "Yeah, there's pineapple flavor." I said, "Oh yes, I got it." And people, don't be afraid of big fruits, because it's not necessary like something. I don't know.
Yeah, they can have just as much flavor as a small fruit. I mean, that's
Yes.
sometimes people think the small fruits have the most flavor, and not really
not
true. It just
necessary,
goes
absolutely.
it goes by variety.
I
Yeah.
love rind. Generally it's a big variety of fruit, but I just love it. It's so juicy.
Yes.
Oh, I love rind.
Well, thanks so much for coming over.
Yeah,
I
you're
feel like
welcome.
you're the researcher here in mango flavors with your notebook and stuff, and it's just really helpful. I've been looking through the glass of the table down at our notes on the different varieties, and so I have like the cheat sheet right down there. So anyway, thank you again.
Yeah, thank you.
So.